once a government monopoly, there's a growing trend for businesses to treat and reuse sewage water on a private basis. Local industries and communities are now treating in place, enabling large-scale recycling while also responding to the challenge of water scarcity and climate change with the OriginClear approach to this. So with me is the CEO of OriginClear, Riggs Eckelberry. Great to have you back here at the NASDAQ. And
Jane, it's such a pleasure.
So we were talking briefly about water main breaks, and there's one every 2 minutes. Is that in the United States?
It's ridiculous. And you know, 8 years ago, really almost 10 years ago now, I was preaching the fact that we got an overloaded infrastructure. It's rotten and old.
Sure.
What's the solution? Well, we can't spend $1 trillion apparently. So what we got to do is unburden it and have businesses do their own. I began that literally in 2016, and now it's a reality. The world has understood that if we don't do that, we're going to be swamped in sewage.
Yeah. So individual businesses would have their own water system, so that would relieve some of the pressure on these kind of antiquated
90% of all water demand is industry and agriculture.
Okay.
They're 90% of the problem. If they are pulled off, now all of a sudden people, the cities that really want to help, they can help the people. You know, water is free in Ireland. Why wouldn't it be free here? Well, it's because businesses are using it. Simple as that.
Yeah. So talk to me about the C-level team that you've got there, and what are the changes? Who is part of the team?
Well, to back up a little bit, of course, as you know, OriginClear, we created a subsidiary, Water on Demand, which is water as a service. Because, a business is going to get its own water treatment. With what capital? Hello? So we realized that we had to make it a service, so you just switch the meter from the city to Water on Demand.
Okay.
Nothing changes. Great. Okay, that concept became huge, and it's now in the process of it's a candidate for the NASDAQ as I speak. We're in the process of merging the Water on Demand with one of those blank check companies, you know, and I can't talk much about it. There's public filings, of course, under FRLA as the ticker symbol of the blank check company. Well, one of the things I know is that know yourself. We're going to have a NASDAQ company. I'm not a NASDAQ CEO. I'm a good OTC CEO, and I know how to get things done. But we're putting together a C-level team, world class, and they are people who have done billion-dollar companies, but they believe in water. They care about what's going on with water, and they believe that water is going to be a huge transformation, both for the business of water, but also investors. And that's what they want to do. And so, great team coming on. I, of course, can't discuss it yet.
Okay, I was going to say, can you tell me who it is? Okay.
I will soon.
Okay.
But they are just fantastic. I'm amazed how excited they are.
And does that include acquisitions or potential looking at acquisitions at some point down the road? And if so, what will you be looking at?
Well, there's two major activities of Water on Demand. Number one is, doing this decentralized water treatment where you drop the pods in, plug them in, and get it up and running. And that needs to be firmed up with acquisitions to get more supply chain control, basically more engineers, all that good stuff, right? That's the acquisition side. But on the other side is the financial one, where think of it like a solar power purchase agreement, PPA, where they'll put a solar panel on your roof and you sign a 20-year agreement. Well, they take that agreement and they sell it to buy the solar panels. They basically, they use that as a collateral, right? Well, we're doing the same thing in water now. It's brand new. And so that whole thing requires its own set of financing, and that's why we're bringing on these top-level people, because we're going to have lots of acquisitions, which we already have we have a first agreement in principle for one. So we want to, whenever this thing gets on the NASDAQ, and I can't say when or how soon, but when it does get on, we'll have a first acquisition, and then we want to do more and more and more. Meanwhile, over here, we're putting together these water purchase agreements that finance these deals where people don't have to pay money up front. We think it's a power combination.
Well, and please keep us posted on the potential IPO, because there's not very many ways for people to invest in water, in the water industry. So this would be one option for them.
Water as an asset To do that, you have to basically privatize the water treatment, not the fresh water. I'm a firm believer that cities need to continue supplying fresh water.
Okay.
Don't privatize that. But the dirty water, that needs to be handled, and we can handle it in a way that creates an asset that's investable.
Yeah.
And to find out more, they should look at OriginClear.
Okay, and how can they find out more about the company?
OriginClear.com, and there's a nice big green button, Invest Now. And it's fascinating what's going on because people are able to invest in both sides. The parent company, OriginClear, which creates companies, and this Water on Demand, which is this future potential NASDAQ company.
Okay, thanks, Riggs, for the update. I look forward to when you can give me more information. We'll do an updated
And one of these
interview.
days, ring the bell.
Yes, very exciting. Thanks so much, Riggs.
Thank you, dear.